Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and today we're going to talk about things that can make our businesses better. I'm going to go very simple. I've been trying to figure out how to word all of this, how we're going to make our businesses better. I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I am changing up in order to make me more disciplined and make me more consistent doing my business, and hopefully having more success because of it. Okay, so we're going to start with talking about bad buys. And I don't care who you are, we've all made a bad buy. Whether something was damaged or something had terrible sell-through rate, or we got distracted by the shiny thing, went, oh no, I got to have that, somebody's going to love that. That is me, I'm guilty of that. So we're going to talk about bad buys and how to sort of avoid them if we can. Because making a bad buy kind of wastes your money. You lose money when you buy something and and it doesn't sell for you. You're losing time and money with that item. So I want to minimize my bad buys. So what am I going to do to help me do that? So yesterday was Thursday, and as you all know, I go to the cross-border shipper on Thursdays. I've been going to the bins, love the bins. I also went to my favorite Goodwill store. Paul came with me yesterday, so it was kind of cool. It was a nice day. So what did I do before I even left the house? I made a game plan for what I was going to source. I went through my sales on both Poshmark closets, my last 20 to 30 sales, and I made a list of what has been selling. I wanted to see if there was a trend. I wanted to see if, something would stand out, and that's what I was going to focus on. So I figured out that corsets, jeans, and winter things, sweaters, jackets, shoes of all kinds are selling. Even sandals are still selling for me. And vintage items that were a little bit off the beaten sort of wall type of thing, they're selling as well. So that's what I focused on getting. I had that mental list in my head when I went into the bins, when I went into the store, and it really helped me to focus on just finding those items. Now, that doesn't mean that, I didn't pick up something that wasn't on that list that I just happened to find because it was a good buy. I'll get to that in a second. But having that game plan really helped me focus, especially at the store, because then I could just go into those sections and I could avoid all the other sections. It's like, nope, I'm not even going to do that. And it really did save me time. I think we spent 20 minutes in the Goodwill that I love, because I knew that I was just going to plus size. I went to plus size, I went to shoes, and I looked at some home goods. I avoided dresses, I avoided bras, I avoided all these other things because they're just not selling at this moment in time for me. So it really helped me out a lot. Another thing at the store, before I even spend the money, before I buy anything, I am checking sell-through rates. I am really trying hard to make sure that I check it, especially if it's an item or a brand that I'm not familiar with. I don't check sell-through rate on Torrid anymore, especially if I can get it at a very low cost, because I know that it will sell eventually, but the cost has to be low for that. But with something that I'm not familiar with, I am definitely checking out sell-through rate, even if it's a well-known brand, because I've made this mistake before. Oh, I know that brand, someone's going to buy that because that's that brand, and I didn't check sell-through, and you know what, the size was too small, or the actual style just doesn't sell anymore. So checking your sell-through rate is very, very simple. I do suggest checking it on the platform you're going to list on, because platforms make a difference. Now, it's kind of unfortunate because eBay's way to look for it is so much better, because they actually give you a number listed and number sold, like you see the actual number. Poshmark, you kind of have to do your own mental math and scroll. But really what you want to see is when you check the sell-through rate, you're looking at what is available, what is listed, and you're scrolling through and you're figuring out how many are there. Say there's 100. You're going to the sold comps, because you should be checking your comps as well, and you're finding out how many have sold. And if that number is 10, but you have 100 listed, that's not a great sell-through rate, and you probably don't want to pick up that item. Checking to see if that item is oversaturated in the market and not selling will save you a lot of money by not picking that item up. You can get brand blinded. It's what I call it. It happens to me all the time. checking your sell-through rate, making sure it's still selling, making sure that what you have to pay for it will give you good profit. Looking at the comps as well will help you before you even purchase it. This all happens before you purchase it. Another thing you do before you purchase it and waste your money is look for damage. And I am guilty of this because I get excited, or I feel time pressed because I'm with somebody else. And that's coming from me. It's not coming from Paul. Paul's a pretty cool guy, but it's coming from me. But I'm taking the time to look for damage. You've seen me. I've done a haul and went, oh, look, this has got holes in it. That's no good. Toss it. What a waste of money. So now what I'm doing is I go down, especially in the store, go down the racks. I look for colors. I look for fabrics, and I look at the brand tags. If all the brand tags in the fabric is good type of thing, I might take it off the rack. Before it goes into my cart, I look for damage. I look at the buttons. I look at the underarms. I look at all the seams. I look for any stains. If it's a wool blend or some sort of knit, I put my hands inside and I hold it up to the light to see if there's any pinpricks of holes in that item. This is saving me time and money. I am putting things back that have no buttons. I'm putting things back that have a stain, especially bleach stains. And I'm putting things back that just are in terrible shape. This is saving me time and money. I'm not bringing something home that's either going into the garbage or just automatically being donated. So always check for damage before you even purchase it. Not a lot of stores have return policies. I know that my local Value Village does. You get credit. So if you spend $10 on something and you take it back, they will give you $10 credit that you have to spend right then and there. So just so you know, check the return policies on your stores before you buy things as well. All right, what else am I going to change? So you know that in September, I was only shopping at the bins. I'm getting my cost of goods down. I'm going to check the bins. That's all I'm going to do. I loved it. It worked really, really well. I got the stuff I needed to the point where I didn't need to source for a little bit. And it was really low cost of goods, which is fantastic. And I did get some really good quality items. But I also want to start, again, incorporating paying up a little bit for really good items. Because our local thrift stores do get some really good brands, really good items. And it's okay to spend a little bit more to make more money. So I want to start bringing that back in and raising my average sale price a little bit more, because even though I liked the volume and I was really doing well with it, I want to incorporate a little less work. So I like a mesh of quality and sort of, what's the word I just used, people? Oh my God, and bulk. Oh, my brain. I had a late night. We'll talk about that. Anyway, so I want to raise my average sale price. I want to be confident paying up a little bit for quality items. Having quality items in your closet or your stores will help drive traffic as well. So that's always a good thing. Talking about quality items, one of the pieces of advice I've heard lately is the right buyer will come along. When you have something that's sort of rare and quality, yeah, you know what? You may want to keep it because it's worth more money. And yes, the right buyer will probably come along. If you have a run-of-the-mill thing, I'm going to pick on American Eagle jeans, the right buyer may not come along. And it's really not worth, in my opinion, your time having that item sit for 2 or 3 years in your storage, in your inventory. When it's a lower value item, after about a year, I just cut my losses and get rid of it, mainly because I'm tight on space, so I don't have the luxury of just having a warehouse full of whatever waiting for the right buyer. But if you do have a good quality item, yeah, the buyer's going to come along probably eventually. Anyway, back on track. Number 3 thing that I'm changing up, or that will help my business, is I'm going to stop procrastinating. I am really, really good at this. I need a routine. I know that having a routine in place really, really helps me. I'm still working on my Thursday, Fridays because it's just not working out yet for me. I've got to figure that out. But I know that on Saturday, I like to do my laundry. I like to get the week's worth of laundry done Saturday morning, do my house stuff, do some errands, That's what I like to do on Saturday, so that's what I'm doing. And you're like, but Leanna, how's that going to help your business? I wash 98% of the items that I bring into the house. The only ones I don't wash are the dry clean only and the new with tags items. I do wash everything, so it goes into the laundry on Saturday and it's done and ready to go Sunday when I take everything to the office space and I prep for the week. That means I make sure the shoes are good and I make sure the purses are clean and I steam everything I possibly can so it's on my rack ready to be photographed. And then I spend Monday to Friday photographing and listing. It's been fantastic. It's been in place for a couple of weeks now. I like it. I feel very in control of my business. So for me, if I start picking up things I don't really want to list, I procrastinate and it goes into a pile and it never makes it to the laundry. It never makes it to the office, which means it never gets photographed. And then like 3 months go by and went, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I gotta stop that. I want to be buying things I want to list and I want to get listing it. So the routine is bring it home. I'm going to shoot a haul with the stuff I brought home yesterday, but today is Friday. That stuff's getting washed tomorrow. It's getting put into the queue on Sunday to be steamed and ready to go to be photographed next week. Having that sort of routine in place really is good for your business. It helps keep you consistent. Being disciplined helps keep you consistent with your listing, with your drafting, with everything else. And that's really good for your business. All right, number 4. This is something I would actually really like your opinion on. I am thinking of getting rid of my tissue paper. Poshmark has always sort of asked us to wrap our gifts, they're not gifts, our orders prettily, ribbon, papers, whatever. And honestly, I'm a little sick of it. I like doing a nice package, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's kind of a waste. It's a waste of paper and it's kind of a waste of money. Sorry about that. My camera conked out and I had to restart the computer. Anyway, so tissue paper. To me, it's a bit of a waste of time. It's a waste of money. But what do you think? Do you think it's going to make a difference? Will I get poorer reviews if I don't use it? I'm going to continue with my thank you cards because I do like having a bit of a personal touch in the packages, but I'm not sure about the tissue paper. I don't know if it's worth my time and money to use it. But you know what? I have to be honest with you. I received a Poshmark can't say it. I received a Poshmark package this week, and I got a great deal on it. So I'm not mad. I gave them a 5-star review. No big deal. But I got 3 items. One which was a brooch, and everything was just shoved into a poly mailer. And I kind of went, I don't know if I like that. But it didn't make a difference in the review. So I'm a little bit undecided about whether or not I will continue on with wrapping my packages prettily. Let me know what you guys do down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Will it make a difference to you if you received a package with a nice thank you card but no actual wrapping on it? Let me know. All right, last but not least, the one major thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to be stressing over things that I cannot change. Poshmark has brought out, updates and things like this, and it's like, what can I do? I can only work with it. If I work against it, it's not going to be great for my business. So if I can't change something, you know what? I'm just going to learn how to work with it, and I'm going to focus on the things that I can change. And like I've told you guys again and again, whenever something happens, I always look to myself first. So if my sales aren't the greatest, what am I doing or what can I do to make them better? Always look to myself first, making sure I'm doing everything, making sure I can, seeing if I can change anything to make it better. I'm going to worry about the things I can change, and everything else that I can't change, I either learn to work with it or I just sort of let it be, you know what I mean? Anyway, that is it for today. I am planning on going back to the office today to take some photos so that I can list today. We'll see. I'm tired. We were out late last night. I can get to bed till 11, which is really late for me, and we're still up at 5, so I am a little tired today. But I figure if I get to the office in the next little while, I'll still have the energy to get some photos done, and I know that come tomorrow when I want to list something, I'm going to feel that much better. All right. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I am out. I'm going to shoot the haul from what I got on yesterday. That'll be up on Tuesday. And until then, everybody have a fantastic weekend. Bye.